So in this video, I was gonna tell you what is my plan for trying to pay my car off early. But there's one little issue that I have. I did my 6-month review of my finances, and apparently I'm losing money. One thing that happened this year was that my fence had got destroyed, so I had to get a new one. So that was extra money that wasn't budget. I just finished my basement this year, but I'm still paying that down. But what's mostly seeming to hit my wallet is the eviction and the other city bills in which I get. So, for instance, this eviction that I'm going through has been well over $1,200. It's been like $250 per month. It's been 6 months and it's still ongoing. Also, the city, they changed the way that they do tickets, and so they lowered it down to like 6 miles per hour. So if you go 36 miles per hour, you owe $35. You get a $35 ticket, right? And it seems to constantly be happening now, and so that's just like another extra monthly bill in which I keep getting. I had one ticket where I was in a school zone, and I went 32 miles per hour, but it was after 4 p.m. and there was no kids present, so it was like it's not a school zone speed limit of 20 miles per hour. It should be a regular 30 miles per hour zone, but in going 32 miles per hour, I put in a appeal, and however, the judge still says, hey, seems correct. You're going 32 miles per hour after 4 p.m. with no kids present. Yes, this is wrong, and you are speeding. So, yeah, that's just extra money, which keeps coming out of my pocket. So, some point I was gonna move. So, in order to move, I had to use the car to look around. But what happened was, well, my car got hit. So that's the reason why I got a new car, and I have to try and pay this off as soon as possible. Now, I'm used to having normal living expenditures in which I can live quite frugally. And getting like even the inflation doesn't mean too much to me. But what does keep hurting me is having to pay for someone to squat in my own place and constantly getting tickets for just going 6 miles or 2 miles over the speed limit. I'm not forced to live in a city. That was one of the reasons why I was trying to look out and having brought a car. Now, unfortunately, due to buying a car, that lowered the amount of money that I can borrow. So, yeah, it set me back some. So, I'm attempting to pay it off as soon as possible. So, for the plan of getting this thing paid off, what I've attempting to do is use the balance transfers of multiple credit cards. So, in addition to that, what I'm planning on doing is trying to divert the extra money that I pay for the mortgage on to pay for the car. There's going to be an extra $4,000 that's transferring from a different account that I can use. The accident from the car, the loss department is going to give me $7,000 for my 2008 car. So I'm going to use that to help pay down the thing. And the amount of money which I'll be borrowing from the credit card transfer, it will be roughly around 11,000. So as of right now, this is how the car loan looks like. Now you see the loan is about $24,000 for 76 months, which is 6 years and 4 months at a 5.5% APR, and the monthly payment is set for $379. Now I'm going to attempt to use PlastiQ since the transfer offer from Capital One is not going to be able to use a deposit like a check that I can use to deposit into my banking account, and nor can you actually use a transfer of Capital One to pay for auto loan. So I will use PlastiQ to get on a different MasterCard. I can then pay the I could then pay for the car loan with another credit card, and then that way I can do the transfer. So this is the offer that Capital One was offering me. So what happened after I got more information from PlastiQ, since I had to contact them, the website looked like they only deal with businesses, but they actually also deal with individuals as well. So after contacting PlastiQ, what happened was in the mail I get two more balance transfer offers. So now these did come with checks, which would be helpful for depositing into my bank account, so I could then pay the car loan. So I could pay off the car loan with those. Now, not only that, yes, you can see these have very low fees along with them, which is a 0% APR. So I'll be using possibly two or three of the cards. I will have to use the PlastiQ, the Discover card, and then maybe I will also use the City card as well, at least the transfer options. So this is my original plan. So this is the amortization of the car loan. We have the 5.5%. The term is 6 years and 6.33 years, which is the 76 months. My number of payments per year is 12. The loan amount is 24,000. Extra pay is 400. This is gonna come from the mortgage. I'm not gonna be paying the extra on the mortgage. I'll be putting it on the car loan. Here for the scheduled payments, it says 374. However, if you look at the car loan, you will see that it says 379. The scheduled number of payments is 76. Actual number of payments was 17. Extra payments would be around 17,900, and the total interest is $642. So this would be without any credit cards. I will have the 7,000 from the loss department from the previous car, and then I'm expecting 2,000 per month, so that's 4,000 altogether. And you'll see it goes up to a full payment for 17 months and a partial payment on the 18th month. So now I'm gonna show my idea of how I would help to reduce the number of payments. So this would be my Discover card right here. I withdrew 4,300. The fee associated with that will be $129. Now this amount here is the interest if I don't use a credit card. This amount right here is the interest difference between not using a credit card and using the credit card. So this should help show me how much I'm saving. And this is actually the savings from using a credit card, and a negative value means this is how much money I would keep. So if I was to just borrow the 4,300 from Discover, my payments would have went down to 6 months. So we went down by 6 months. So the actual payments would have been 11 versus the 17. And I would be able to keep $158. But this method was not about savings. It was about getting this actual payments down as far as possible. So I also borrowed from PlastiQ. I used a credit card on PlastiQ for $750. So PlastiQ fee is $2.85, so 2% and 2.85%. So then when I would transfer this money off the MasterCard over to the Capital One card, so 8750, I will not transfer over the fee amount. then this would be the fee of the Capital One card. So the total amount of fees is 553. So that actually made me pay more. So that was $38 more than what I needed to borrow. So one of the things in which I could do is lower the amount of money which I will put on a Capital One. So let's just say I transferred over 7,000. Now this gets closer to zero. It's $3 I'm overpaying. However, that makes me have to pay $17.50 within a month or two. So I have to come up with money for that. Was also pay the discover at the same time, just whatever the minimum payment is. Now this put down my payments down to 2. So the first month and the second month are full payments. It's my third month that would be a partial payment. And this is my initial plan. It's just to see if this actually does work or not. At least it would get rid of the car loan, where then I could just use the money on my credit cards, and if I need to extend, I can easily extend. And a missed payment on a credit card isn't gonna cause a repo or any other possessions retakings. This is not about saving money or freeing up cash flow. There is a risk where I might need to use another transfer offer close to the 12 months when this current offer ends. That means that I will be paying more in interest than what is estimated here. I had to do that about once before, the proverbial kick the can. This method is strictly about paying off the car early. If something else goes wrong with my finances, the car loan stays the same, whereas the credit card's payments I can lower to pay only the minimum. So what I mean there is that the credit cards may have a certain amount to pay. I normally pay more than what's needed. So if something new happens where I can't just pay them anymore, I can always lower down to the minimum pay. Whereas for this car loan, which is $375 a month, if something happens to my finances, there's no way I can have the car loan go down lower than $379 a month. If anything, I would need to renegotiate something with the other people, which would be more in fees, and then more in the interest rate. And it's not something I could just get a new offer for or something. I have seen other videos about velocity banking. I do not consider this as velocity banking. You need money to do that, and since saving of money has nothing to do with this method, I don't believe that it's related to anything like a bank would. I had seen only one person give a real proper talk about velocity banking. She gave the pros and the cons and the exact point as to when it's no longer useful to do. She even gave a good example of how if you continually to use a velocity banking method, it would actually cost you more money in the long run. This is my first time ever trying something like this, so it may or may not work. I could just hope that it actually does work out for me, and I'll just tell you how it worked out.